Hi, this is Ike Wolcott, and this is my squad mission brief. So it's going to be first squad with the mission to attack to destroy, where at Objective Phantom, when no later than 30th August 2200, and to deny enemy influence on battalion directive operations. So the purpose of this operation is to deny enemy influence in the AO. We're going to do this by infiltrating, and the decisive to this operation is the elimination of the enemy mortar team. This is decisive because it disrupts enemy operations in depth while retaining maximal friendly combat power. Risk is assumed by conducting a raid with a smaller element than what intelligence predicts is present at Objective Phantom. Risk is mitigated by maintaining an element of surprise by operating at night, under heavy cloud cover, and through avenues of approaches with CNC. So for this mission, we're going to be split up into 3 teams, which is composed of Alpha, Bravo, and our gun team. So our Alpha team is going to be our security element of this operation, where our Bravo team is going to be the one that's going to be bounding towards the objective, which is our assault team. And then for our gun team, it's going to be the one that's going to be setting up the support by fire to help our other 2 teams, or mainly the Bravo team. Anyways, for end state, the enemy mortar team and ground units destroyed and enemy operations disrupted. And friendlies, we want very low amount of casualties, and yeah, that should be it. So for our COA sketch, this is what we have, and the concept of the operation by phase is going to be, so the first phase is going to be planning and prep, which is when we receive the mission. We're going to issue the warno, brief the op board, rehearse, and conduct PCCs and PCIs. And then, so that's going to be at the patrol base. And then our second phase is going to be approaching and infiltrating, which is going to be from the patrol base to the ORP, which we're just going to make sure that we're going to do LDA crossings and radio checks throughout. And we're going to be taking route dog from there. Oh wait, oops. We're going to be taking route dog to the ORP. And then for our second phase, we're going to be setting up recon and isolation, which is when we take the route yellow, route pink, and route green to set up the positions to infiltrate the objective. And then for our fourth phase, we're going to have initiation on Objective Phantom, which is when we go to each of our positions, or each team goes to each positions. And then for our last phase, we're going to exfiltrate and transition back to the patrol base, which we're actually going to, so to like this, it ends once we hit the LOA, and then we're on our way back to the patrol base. We're going to be taking route cat instead of route dog. Okay, so for our scheme of maneuver, I'm going to direct you to my terrain model, which I have right here in my backyard, which consists of the patrol base, the mountain ranges to the right, and the Bainan River to the left. And then this is where our operations taking place. So for our phase 3, it's going to be mostly, well, it's going to be at the ORP. And then this is where we're just going to set up the battle positions and isolate. So we're just going to have the recon team get sent out. And then for this, we're going to have Alpha team. So yeah, our Alpha team and Bravo, or no, our Alpha team is going to be split up into 2 teams. Bravo team is going to be the one that's assaulting, and then the gun team is going to be the one that's setting our support by fire. So for our Alpha team is going to be over here, setting up security, and their TRP is 2, which is over there. And then for the second part of Alpha team, it's going to be taking route green over here, and they're also going to be setting up security as well. And then additionally, the gun teams is also going to take route green, and also, but like The gun team's gonna go over here and then set up the support by fire for Objective Phantom, and then their TRPs is 1. And then finally for our Bravo team, they're gonna take Route Pink, and then they're gonna be set up here to take out the mortar team. And this is our LOA. But yeah. So now moving on to phase 4 of the operation, which is gonna be actions on. We're gonna initiate the raid with the squad leader. So right here. And then Bravo team is gonna assault into the objective and destroy the mortar teams and their TRP, which is 1. So yeah. And then Alpha team that is then gonna shift and then lift fire once the signal has been given. And then the contingency signal is Bravo team getting eyes on Alpha team near the objective. The squad leader is then going to call for and deploy EPWs to clear out and search and calling objective clear when all enemy and reinforcements have been cleared. And then EPWs will make weapons and equipment incapable by disassembling them and just scattering them apart so that the the enemies can't use those weapons anymore. And then if the squad ever has significant casualties, we're going to deploy the gun team, which is over here, to the most likely enemy AOA, avenue of approach, flank security positions to lock down the objective area, which is over there. And then the AB should be deployed to the CCP to assist with AL. Priorities of target are the most casualty producing weapons. So for our contingencies, if the enemy ever has reinforcements, we're just going to coordinate with our squad leader. And then if the support by fire is ever inadequate, we're going to just repeat the engagement cycle until said otherwise. And then for our casualties, Alpha team is going to provide cover until the aid and litter team transitions at ORP. So for our phase 5 exfiltration and reconsolidation, the squad leader will call green, and then the Bravo team is going to bound back to the ORP, and then the gun team is going to transition from tripod to bipod and then just prepare to move. And then squad leader is then going to call black, and then the gun team will move off the objective or their objective positions and then move back to the RP using route green right here. And then squad leader is going to call gold. Alpha team, the security over here, is going to move off the objective and then go to the RP with their weapons control being on tight. Back to the ORP. And then movement from the patrol base to the ORP is going to be in traveling overwatch. And then we're going to be using the alternate route cat. So these are all of our teams. But we're going to be using, instead of the route dog that we used to come to the objective, we're going to be using route cat instead to minimize enemy contact and maintain concealment as well. And that consists of my phase 5. For contingencies, the enemy contact, if we ever have enemy contact on our way back to our patrol base, we're just gonna break contact unless RTNA required. Coordinate support to move for link up at AXP1. And then if there's ever an IDF at one of the phase lines that I indicated here, PL chocolate and PL vanilla, we're just gonna react to the IDF continuing movement along the return route. And then we're gonna contact with IDPs and then attempt to remain undetected and then contact the PL over the radio. And then finally for our timeline, first we're gonna be receiving the mission, which should be at the patrol base, which consists of the PL, and then it will take us probably like 1.5 hours to do the leader's recon, which is gonna be at our ORP, which is gonna consist of the squad leader, alpha team leader, Bravo team leader, and assistant gunner, the assistant gunner, yeah. And then for to set up positions, that should take about 1 hour, which is going to be based on the recon. But based off my co-sketch, they should be over here. But that's just going to be the Alpha team, Bravo team, and Gun team. And then to infiltrate, we don't want to be in there too long. And then that should take us about 10 minutes, which is going to be at Objective Phantom. And it's going to end once we reach our LOA right there. And that's just going to be our Alpha team, Bravo team, Gun team. And then to exfiltrate, that should take about 5 minutes because we want to get out of there as fast as possible to go back to our ORP, which is still going to be with the same teams. And then for movement back to the patrol base, we're going to be using Root Cat, and that's going to consist of the same teams as well, which should take us about approximately 6 hours to get back to the patrol base. Yes, this concludes my brief.